Yeah, and you can see the sort of back and forth here, guys, with putting something new inside of your game, a new library or a new SDK or whatever it may be. And this is pretty normal. But once you've done it once, then you've got it. Yeah. Okay, so show leaderboards. Okay, so here's another problem I'm looking at. Um, Show leaderboards. Okay, probably I have to just get rid of this. Delete that. Command and S. Go back into that. We'll see. I'm looking at this bottom text here in red to see what's happening. And okay, so it looks like, yeah. All right, that was a little bit strange. Okay, maybe this has worked now. Maybe yes, maybe no. I was a little bit confused with the documentation there. Yeah, because they had this and add the following code in. Oh, I think I think what's happening is this is describing C# script, not JavaScript. So that might be a problem. I might tell them at Heyzap just, hey, FYI, in case you're getting any sort of feedback or issues, you might want to mention that this is CS and not JavaScript. Maybe for someone who doesn't have as much experience might have run into a lot of problems with that, perhaps. Anyway, so let's give this a try. We'll see how it goes. File save scene, save project, Command and B. All right, I'm just going to let this build for a second, guys. I'm going to grab some water and I'll be back in 1 second. Hey guys, so we're back. It's just built. It's actually deployed onto the device now. And alright, so it looks like this has actually just popped up in the middle here. And this is loaded automatically and it says personal best points. Okay. And it says top score and then a Mickey, which is my wife's name through the network. And then it clicks, and then if I click on share, just scored, it shows this screen here, and it says just scored points and ranked number 1 is Super Bug Killer Fly Slice. So if I click on host, then it looks like we're good. We've just come back. So, all right, I think okay. I'm just going to quickly test, guys. Just 1 second, so I can understand what's happening. Which is fine. I mean, what we just saw there was fine. It just it automatically pops up with the score. That's great. I think maybe a lot of users won't. Maybe a lot of the time they won't click on it themselves. So it's always good to have that pop up. And I've just clicked the leaderboards button right now, and this is what's popped up, which is cool. That's pretty cool. That is that's like the full screen leaderboards that we've got there, and this is the first time I've seen this. So that's this is kind of interesting for me to see. We've also got all of these challenge buttons down here on the right. So I'm just going to tap on one of these because we've actually got a lot of friends on this network. I'm going to click challenge. Wow, that's pretty cool. So we've actually got this versus thing pop up. That's kind of cool. That it says a Mickey tie versus Moon TJE. Get a score in top scores to start your challenge. Okay, so it looks like the language has to change around a little bit there, and I think what's happening there, you can see that get a score in top scores. And what it is I think because of this one here, get a score in top scores to start your challenge. Yeah, so we've got to change this around a little bit, I think. I think what we can call this, get a score in, I think what we need to do is just go back to this one here, and I think what we can call this is, I think if we actually put the name of the game in the leaderboard name, so call this Super Bug Killer, which is the part of the name, which is fine. Super Bug Killer, and then put a dash top scores, just so they know that that's not the name of the game, but it's the leaderboard. I click on update. So that's pretty cool. I'm just going to click on start game here in this challenge, and it's gone back into the game now. I'm going to play one quick round. And I'm going to be fast with this. I'm just going to get a few points and then come back to the main menu. Alright, so I hit a ladybug, game over, play again. Go back into the main menu. Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright, okay. So as you can see here, I've just gone back into the main menu and this is automatically pops up saying, hey, now it's up to Moon TJE, the other person, to beat your score. Ah, okay. Ah, so it's like, I get it. It's like a matching system. Okay. Okay, it's a matching system. So that's really cool. It can show you, for example, if I challenge you and you accept the challenge for this round, if you beat my score, then you win, or if I beat your score, then I win. And you can constantly go up and up and up like that. So and you can do, oh, I've won 10 rounds, you've won 5, or you've won 20, I've won 3, or whatever it may be. That's pretty cool. I'm interested to see how that works. It's a little bit hard to see it right now with obviously not being able to challenge people. I've got to play test this a little bit once it's live. But I'm going to click on this top button here and see just see what happens. Super Bug Killer top scores. Okay, that's fine. All players. Challenges. You see, and I clicked on the challenge here, and this is the person I actually challenged. And I'm clicking on their turn. Yeah, that's really cool. I think that we're going to see how this goes. It's got me versus this other player to see who will win. You know. So I'm just going to go back into the game, and I think we're just going to from there. I'm thinking about the next step. Would have to add in the leaderboards button, of course, and I do have the leaderboard artwork for that already. And the check-in as well. So I think, you know, so far so good, I believe. And I'm just going to click on leaderboards again. And this is just sort of like a bit of back and forth testing, of course, you know, to see how this works. Ranking number 1. Points. Okay. Now one of the problems is I think here the rank here it's come up as 1 and then it's just got points. It's not got the actual score that I've submitted. This 20 here, which is a problem. Of course, we need to show the actual score. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to pause it there again. I'm going to come back and double check things to see what's happening, and I'll be back really shortly. Okay. Okay, so I think I figured out what was going on there with the leaderboards. As you saw just a moment ago, the points was popping up, and I'll quickly show you this. I'll just tap on the leaderboards just to remind you what I'm talking about. So I've just tapped on the leaderboard button, and then you can see we're position 1, but it just says points. It doesn't say how many points. So I think I understand what's happening here, and I've just quickly updated this. Is it saying Heyzap lib submit score, which is, you know, sending the score to Heyzap. Then we want to pass in a string of the actual score, which might be like 200 or 400, 500, whatever, and then that helps to actually rank the that helps Heyzap to actually rank the person. So they probably on their side they're converting that string into a number, an integer, so that then they can then rank it. Then this one here, this is what we actually want to display on the leaderboard. So in this case, we're getting the top score, and then we're saying points. That's pretty much it. And in fact, we don't have to actually say points at all. We can just say 200. It's pretty obvious that that's, you know, if it says 200, 500, 1,000, 2 million, we know it's points. It doesn't have to say points directly. So I think that should be fine. I've just updated this as well. Notice what I've done, guys, is I've put this inside an if Android conditional compilation statement, because on iPhone this same script will load, but on iPhone we don't want to submit the score because it will cause a crash. Actually, this might not cause a crash, but I'm just putting this separately because this is a how can I explain? This is an Android version of Heyzap. We've not got it on iPhone right at the moment. The leaderboards in iPhone use Game Center, so we're just keeping this separate. Alright, I'm just going to go down here and double check if there's anything else I need to include. I don't think there is right now. We've got show leaderboards when you tap on the button. We've actually got the submit score whenever the scene loads. We've got the check-in button, which we're going to make this a little bit more. We're going to update this in a bit. So I'm just going to click Command and S, go back into Unity, and I think I have to get a leaderboards button here somewhere. Actually want this leaderboard button here. You see there we've actually got the a leaderboard artwork, but in fact this one, no, we've already got the word leaderboard as a 3D text object. So what I can do is, I think I actually disabled this before because of using the Android version. That's not making much sense of what I'm saying there right now. Hopefully this will make sense in a second. I'm just going to turn off the mesh renderer so it's transparent. And I need to just find... There is a leaderboard text, 3D text. If I activate this, activate children. Okay, there we go. Okay, so as you can see here, I already had this leaderboard 3D text button inside of the game. That was because of the iPhone version. So what I might do is I might just delete out this Heyzap leaderboard button and just use this leaderboard one. It doesn't really matter, and we can make both of those buttons bring the player to the leaderboard on either the iPhone or the Android. So I'm just going to grab this leaderboard text here, object. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to move this up and I guess just make this a little bit more central, since we really want to make this. I really want to make this a big feature of the game. You know, I really want to push players to challenge their friends and see how this whole Heyzap integration helps. So play and then leaderboards. If I click on play, let's just see how this looks. I might need to just. I'm thinking about moving this leaderboard text here just so it's in line. Maybe. And then actually having the top score in line so that the left-hand side of each of them sort of lines up down here. Might look a little bit tidier. And see how this goes. Click play. And all I'm seeing is just how this sort of lines up here. That might be it. I think that's okay. I think that looks okay. We'll see it on the device how it works. We've got a little error here. I'm not sure why this happened. I'm just going to double tap on it. Heyzap libs submit score, and I don't know exactly what happened there. It might be because it's now surrounded with this Android conditional compilation statement. We'll see. I'm just going to save it and then go back in. Okay. I wonder if I can clear this. Alright, we'll see if this runs anyway. So the only other thing is we need to get this leaderboards 3D text. Click enter, copy that, go back into the main menu script, and I'm going to double click on this, leaderboard text, and I am going to surround this with an Android statement because we don't want, this is not an iPhone feature. The Heyzap leaderboards are just currently on Android. And I am going to put this back in here because it looked like that error wasn't, I don't know why that appeared, but it didn't seem to be causing a problem after I clicked clear. Go back into Unity after we've saved it. The status at the bottom right there will update. And we should be okay. I think we're alright. Yeah, there's no errors. There's just a couple of warnings related to other scripts in there. File save scene, file save project, Command and B to build, and we'll see how this runs. We'll see how it goes. And I'm just gonna back out of the game here, and I will not uninstall it this time. I'll just see how this goes. And we'll keep the old, that means that we'll keep the high score in the game that we just had, and I'll try and top that high score and then see if the leaderboard actually updates. So you know, this is pretty much the process whenever I come to integrating a new library into one of our games, say like Game Center, or you know, like Heyzap we've got here, or say like a new ad network, for example, like Mopub or something like that, and it just requires this little bit of back and forth between you know, between the code and testing. You know, ideally what I'll do with this is, if things go well with Heyzap, the integration seems to well, and it seems to create a lot of viralness and some challenge between players. What I might start to do is actually have these in all of our games, which would be pretty cool. And one of the ways that I'll do it is I'll actually create my own Unity package, so that I can just import this package like we did with the Heyzap library, import the package, and then that will just be like a package that can be used in any game. And then what we do on the right hand side in the inspector is we just input the individual values for each game, like the top score name in the player prefs, the name of the leaderboard ID for this game, and then I think that's pretty much it. And then the text that we want to send when the player taps on the check-in button. And then for each game, that would just be changing those little parts, and that's it. You know, that's pretty much the whole integration. We don't have to go into any other scripts or anything. And I've done that with a couple of things, and it works pretty well. There we go. So as the game's popped up, we've got personal best, which is pretty cool. And as you can see at the top there, I adjusted the name of the scoreboard. Oh, and I've just clicked off it. Sorry. All right. But it said Super Bug Killer top scores. I'm going to click on leaderboards, and it's showing. It looks like the full leaderboard screen is going to pop up. I'll just take a second, and I think I can see. Yeah, there we go at the top, 211. And we didn't need to say points or anything like that. So I think what I'll do now is I'll just try and top my high score of 211. Click on play. It shouldn't be hard to defeat 211. In fact, that's very easy. I think anybody can do that. And this is just for testing. So 220, 240. Okay, so 291. I click play again. All right, and there it goes. It comes up again. This leaderboard thing, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm going to click on share here on the right, and it says just scored 291 and ranked number 1 in Super Bug Killer Fly Slice. So it's got a pre-built-in message in there, and I think I can adjust this myself as well. And I'm just going to put sweet. Sweet. Alright, send. Posting. And then it's taken me back to the leaderboards, and then there you go, back into the updated score there at the bottom, 291. If I click back on the device, and that brings us back. And I think that's pretty good. That looks pretty good so far. what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and click on my user profile here, just by clicking on the image, and I'm going to check that it actually popped up. Mickey Ty scored a personal best, 291. Okay. What I'm doing is I'm just checking the profile page here as actually updated with our new score. The reason being is that whenever you have a new score, or whenever the player does something on their profile, then all of their network sees that, and it's kind of like the Facebook wall. So we want to make sure that the viralness is happening, that people are sharing things and all of their friends can see. So I think that works pretty good. You know, I think that's okay. I can't see the message exactly. Okay. And sorry guys, I'm just clicking around it because this is the first time I've actually used the leaderboard functionality within one of our games from Heyzap. So I'm just going to do one more playtest. We just got 291. I'm going to get a lower score now to check that that we've not got any problems there. So 146. Play again. Oh, there we go. And that banner pops up at the top there if you don't beat it. So you scored 291, your personal best. That's really cool. Let's just do that again, a real quick play test. Let one of the flies go past so that it's game over. Play again. Next. You scored 291. Your personal best, 291. Okay, so that's not correct. That's not correct. You scored 291, your personal best, 291. Now, that's not correct. And I think what we want to do is update this here. So once again, guys, I'm going to stop this video here, and I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to restart a second part so that we can kind of try to wrap things up and then start on the next part with that Heyzap check-in button, and also adjusting the ads, as I said at the start of the video. So you know, stay tuned for the next video. I'll come back, and hopefully you guys are going to learn some more, and hopefully you're finding this interesting. So I'll chat to you real soon. Okay, bye bye.